Hey everybody, it's 100 Truths with me. I thank you so much for taking the time to jump on and watch this video today. I am going to be specifically talking today about snacks I cannot live without. And so for me, this really is going to be a very revealing look at how I keep myself on track. Now, if you like what I'm talking about and you think that this channel is something that you'd like to see some more of, please take a minute and hit the subscribe button at the bottom. I'd sure appreciate that, and it will keep you updated on additional videos as they're posted. Now, I will share with all of you that my journey with weight has certainly been one with some ups and some downs. I was always thin when I was young, and I was one of those young women that could eat anything. Best. Why can't it stay that way, right? After I had my first child, something happened in my metabolism where all of a sudden I could just look at something and I would gain weight. For a certain time in my life, I really was sort of in denial about that. The truth of the matter is that I had been putting on a significant amount of weight and had gotten to be in excess of about 60 to 70 pounds over what I should have been. But I didn't even notice. It really wasn't until I had a moment that a picture was taken of me at something that I saw the picture and said to myself, oh my goodness, is that me? The truth of the matter is that some people believe that they see themselves heavier than they are. I actually was seeing myself as thinner than I was. At that point, I really had to start being honest with myself that I had really put on a lot of weight and was not feeling so good anymore. Originally, I thought, well, no big deal. I'll just change my diet. I can get it off easily. The reality is, though, is losing weight is not that easily done, at least not when you reach a certain age. I went to the gym, I would try eating less food, and nothing would work. I might lose a few, but then I would usually gain back more. I continued on this roller coaster for many years of my weight being up and down and up and down. I had everything in my closet from a size 4 to a size 24. It wasn't until I went in for a regular checkup with a doctor, and the doctor said to me, and I was in my early 30s, that I had a problem. He told me that if I didn't lose some weight and get my health on track, that I was going to need to be on cholesterol-lowering medication. To be so young and already have a cholesterol issue, I couldn't believe. The truth of the matter is that this ran in my family. My mother had had similar issues with high cholesterol as well as high blood pressure. I was following in her path. This was something that I did not want to put my children through, and I did not want to be sitting on the sidelines of life, which is what I had seen with others in my own family. At this point, I realized I needed to figure something out. Now, everybody's body reacts differently to different sorts of eating, and what I found about myself was that I was incredibly sugar sensitive. That if I would just eat a little bit of sugar, I would not feel good, and actually my appetite would skyrocket. What I would eat first thing in the morning especially, I found was so significant. I was many mornings starting off with carbs like pancakes, sugar syrup, and things, donuts, and things that were really, really high in sugar and carbohydrates. Then throughout the day, I found myself starving for more and more of that. It seemed like I almost could not get full. Once I realized that the way I started my food in the morning affected my whole day, it was really a game changer for me. So for me personally, I have found that starting my morning with a protein is so important. It literally sets the mood for the entire day. A typical breakfast for me is going to be something like some scrambled eggs, maybe with some ham, cheese, maybe some vegetables, onions, green peppers, and things in it. I can actually eat quite a bit of it, as long as I'm not having the sugar. And then throughout the day, what I find is that I am less hungry, and so it's such a blessing. But the one thing that gets so many of us is snacks, right? I am hungry for a snack. We all sometimes are, and I am a snacker. And so I am going to talk about what are some snacks that I love that I think help keep you on track. Now for me, the first is one that's not just a snack, it can be used in many different ways. And so I would like to show you all Wisps. Wisps are so good. They are literally a little tiny circle of cheese. They're hard like a cracker. Now what do I do with these? I can actually just eat them like a cracker or like a chip, or I can dip them in dips because, for me at least, chips, regular traditional chips, are no good. These dip in salsa or an artichoke dip and things like that are delicious. It also has taken away my desire for croutons. You can break these up and put them inside a salad, and all of a sudden you have a nice crunchy something in your salad that makes you feel like you're having croutons, and it's so delicious. And so when you are hitting the grocery store, I want to start by encouraging you to look at Wisp. They come in all different flavors. They have Asiago cheese. They have all different, but this can be a real lifesaver when you wish you had a chip or a little piece of crispy bread. Now, sometimes I have a sweet tooth. I love sweets, especially in the evening. Not so good, right? So for me, what gets me by, this product has been such a lifesaver, I cannot even tell you. I am a huge fan of Halo Top ice cream. Specifically, the Keto series is what I prefer. This ice cream, you have it sit for a few minutes because it's a little hard at first, and it becomes delicious. I do not feel like I'm having anything bad at all, and yet it's ice cream. This has saved me more times. I have actually found that keeping this in my freezer at all times is so important because I have this moment where I think, I won't want a dessert, it'll be fine. Well, in that moment is when I'm going to end up having one and eating something I'm going to later regret. As long as I have my Halo Top in the freezer, I know I'm okay. Now, granted, you don't want to probably eat the whole pint, although I have done it on occasion, I will admit. And it does say only 8 net carbs per pint in this particular ice cream. So it's not terrible if you do eat the whole thing, but if you can eat 2 or 3 times, ooh, good for you. The trick to diet and staying on track for me has been finding little treats. So the first 2 things that I want you to add to your grocery list, if you are a person that you believe is also sugar and carbohydrate sensitive, is Wisps and Halo Top ice cream. I think you will thank me for this pointer. And you will continue to feel better as you decrease the sugar and you take your health seriously. If you like this video, if you think this video is helpful in any way, shape, or form, if you are working through the same kinds of issues this 43-year-old menopausal woman is to try to keep her weight where she wants it, please continue to look for these alternatives like this. Watch this video for more tips. Please hit the subscribe button if this was helpful, and I will see you all again soon. Good evening.